It's Monday evening, October 19th, 2020, around 6 p.m. And over the past 2 weeks, I traveled from South Dakota into Colorado for a week to edit last week's recap episode, and now I just arrived in Moab, Utah. This is my fourth visit to the area, and this spot right here, this ridiculously photogenic campsite perched on a cliff, reminds me why I love it so much and why it's so popular with four-wheel drive enthusiasts and outdoor lovers in general. There's a road at the bottom of the canyon that runs parallel to the Green River. I think we need to go down there tomorrow and check it out. I was also looking through my binoculars earlier, and I think I spotted a lush green riverside campsite down there, and another one upstream a little bit. I am absolutely sleeping with the windows open tonight. Hopefully the air will stay calm and I won't get too cold, but when I stir tomorrow morning, the first thing I want to see is the canyon in the morning light. I am going to watch some TV and get some shut-eye. I don't have cell service here, but the HBO app lets you download programs, and I was able to do that this past weekend. It's Tuesday morning, and that's the view that I was looking forward to. I'm gonna head down into the canyon and do some exploring this morning. But first, some life-giving coffee. Very important. Okay, quick intel check before descending into Mineral Canyon. First, this is the trailhead for White Rim Road, which runs along the river to the south of here for about 100 miles into the national park, so you need a permit to travel that road. I'm going to follow the canyon road to the north along the river into BLM land, and before the end of the day, probably come back up these switchbacks that I'm coming down now. So I'll probably find another place to camp up on the plateau. It won't be the same site as last night because I saw in my rearview mirror another group swooped in just as I was leaving. The track keeps winding its way through the canyon in that direction, and I think it continues for a little bit yet. But it took me 1 hour to go 2 miles, and I passed no less than 2 dead-end signs. So I know for a fact that this goes nowhere. It's also getting kind of faint and sketchy due to seeing such little traffic, so I think this is a good point to err on the side of caution and work my way back to a main thoroughfare. My comfort level is pretty high on dry terrain, and the Jeep so far has had ample ground clearance for this trail. Just basketball-sized rocks that are loose on the ground and can get lodged under your chassis if you roll over them wrongly. So although this trail through the canyon is a lot of fun and very scenic, knowing that it's a dead end eventually makes it not worth the risk to go alone. Denis Julien was a French-Canadian fur trapper whose presence is best documented through his inscriptions. He became the first white man of record to navigate Cataract Canyon in the lower reaches of the Green River. 1836. Far out. According to the dashboard, it's 74 degrees Fahrenheit out. It feels warmer than that. I'm tempted to go for a swim in the Green River. But that's enough lollygagging. I am off to find camp, wherever that might be. Out of the canyon and back up on the plateau, once I got up here, I followed a BLM road to the south. And now I'm overlooking the northern border of Canyonlands National Park. This is unreal. It's beautiful. Wow, it's an enormous gaping void between these two rock faces. There's daylight down there that's shining in from the side. Echo. 100% natural grilled chicken strips, fully cooked and ready to eat. So I'm going to heat these up on the stove and put them in a delicious salad. I'm trying to eat better. Just going to reheat this up a little bit. Alright, next step. A salad kit. Bon appetit. Wednesday morning, October 21st. After a healthy meal and a good night's sleep, adventure is afoot. This is the popular obstacle Wipeout Hill. Since I was alone, the Jeep is under-armored and also heavily laden, it wasn't for me, but it was cool to see in person because pictures don't do it justice. This chasm is marked on Gaia GPS as a waterfall, and I imagine after a rain, it is an impressive one at that. Although right now it's bone dry, allowing us to explore the ornate rock formations and notches that it carved out of the canyon. I don't know what I'll find, but I'm going to try to pull this panel and see if I can figure out what's wrong with the power window. It could be something very easy, like a loose connection. Ooh, I hate doing this. You never know if you're pulling the right way or not. This whole door was submerged for about 2 hours during my accident in Quebec last year. And the power window worked fine for almost a year after that, and then it just abruptly stopped. I was hoping to find a loose connection or something obvious, but everything looks a-okay. I used to be able to get it to work by smacking the door sill like that, but even that stopped working. Yeah, that's gone. All back together with minimal broken plastic, some broken skin, and it's not fixed. It looks like it's going to need a new window motor, but at least I ruled out that it's not a simple connection issue. A few weeks ago in South Dakota, I made these mini pizzas on naan. And it's pizza sauce, oregano, some baby spinach, and a cheese mix. They're really, really good, so making them again. It's early Thursday morning, and I'm airing my tires back up to head into town. I absolutely have coffee and donuts on my mind. Do you mind if I record me ordering this for my blog?
Sure.
Thank you. Dirtbag pork.
2 cheese.
And a cola, please. It's Thursday afternoon, October 22nd in downtown Moab, Utah. Of all the places I've traveled and the communities that I've experienced, Moab has the highest concentration of adventure. Everyone that's here is here for adventure, whether it's motorized or human-powered. Moab and the surrounding wilderness is drop-dead gorgeous. Every place that I encountered this past week I stumbled upon completely by chance. So you can come here without a plan, with no plan to run the more popular routes, and an amazing backcountry experience is still completely assured. And as you can tell, I also have a soft spot for that quesadilla truck that's here every time I come into town. I hope you all enjoyed the first episode of V11 here in Moab. Thanks for following along, and I will catch up with you again next week.